Boom 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 boom. Peaky Blinders, Peaky Blinders. I really love this TV show. Anyway, how are you doing? Today I sound a bit slow. I just wanted to talk to you about something, and it's Peaky Blinders and Lies of Locke Lamora, especially Gentleman Bastards. I have a crazy idea, okay? So it is rare that I love a story, and when I do, it just always gives me post serious depression. Like I finish reading the last book and I am in a slump for like the next month. I cannot possibly think of ever reading something else. But Stephen Knight, they actually announced it will come to an end in season 6. And they are actually working on it right now, which makes me very sad because it means I'm going to have that depression soon, okay? It's coming for me. It's coming for me. I think wholeheartedly, okay, this is the crazy idea from before. I think wholeheartedly that next Peaky Blinders can be the Gentleman Bastards. And this is some sort of a letter to Stephen Knight, the producers of Peaky Blinders. Okay, here are the main reasons why. The protagonists, one of the problems with a lot of media, movies, books, plays, it doesn't matter. Anywhere you go, one of the biggest problems with protagonists, especially those from the Western world, is that they are mostly relatable protagonists. Like if you can relate to someone, you have had similar life experience, okay? Or you can put yourself in their place. In other words, there's really not much wrong with the protagonist. But Peaky Blinders and Lies of Locke Lamora, they have exquisitely written anti-heroes. So they actually stand in contrast. It's like Breaking Bad with Walter White. I love Walter White. I love Breaking Bad. And the reason why I love it is mainly, in fact, the only reason why I love it is Walter White. And this is the same thing, right? This is really the same thing, right? My favorite character from the Game of Thrones TV show is actually Jamie Lannister, because he's just written so exquisitely well. You cannot relate to Jamie Lannister. You have to understand Jamie Lannister. And this is one of the reasons why I think I love Peaky Blinders. You really because let's be honest, Thomas Shelby is a criminal, okay? But you have to understand him. You can never relate to this guy. You have to understand him. You have to try and understand where he's coming from, where he is, the environment he lives in, the background, and so on and so forth, in order to have the slightest empathy for him. And it is a challenge for the viewer, okay? And also it is a challenge for the writers, because it's very difficult to do that type of protagonist very well, and they don't go the easy route. You see, this is the problem. Writers can go the easy route by just having then another Harry Potter, by having another character that is just empty, that doesn't have anything to add to the table, that is not complicated, and is meant to be a vessel for the audience. But they don't do that. Scott Lynch does not do that, and the writers of Peaky Blinders, they don't do that. This is beautiful. I just appreciate when artists take the time to perfect their craft. I love it when artists can take something difficult in the art and do it well. Because you see, when it comes to writing protagonists, writing a morally ambiguous protagonist and making me care about that protagonist as much as I care about other people who have no flaws with them, you have done a remarkable job. In fact, you are the definition of a perfect writer, okay? And so I love these two stories primarily because the protagonists are not over. They are made understandable protagonists, not relatable trash, okay? But the second thing that I love about Gentleman Bastards is because it is actually already finished. Unlike Game of Thrones, guess what? The main trilogy of books is actually complete. Literally. You won't have to worry about George R. R. Martin, going to sleep for 2 decades and just not really doing much, okay? This one to me is a big deal because it means Stephen Knight is not going to have to deal with any of that. They're not going to be running out of materials. They will have the perfect story laid out before them, and they will have the complete everything that happened, all the characters, all the backstories, all the world building, all the history, and all the twists and so on and so forth, and they'll be able to carry it, like a very, very nice TV show out of it. And I think Stephen Knight is more than capable of doing that. And so you don't have to worry about what happened to Game of Thrones with season 8. You don't have to worry about greedy, stupid, producers who just want to go to a Star Wars project, okay? I'm sorry for the shade, but yeah, generally speaking, there was so much material, so much more material in A Song of Ice and Fire, but they really screwed it up. They really butchered it, and that can never happen with Scott Lynch. Okay, the main trilogy of books is actually complete and it's beautiful. Okay, the story. Another reason is that the story doesn't linger on tropes like a lot of other stories out there. Like, this one is irrespective of genre. Wherever you look, stories are just full of tropes. There is really not much wrong with tropes. The problem most of the time comes down to the number, the copious amount of tropes in a lot of fiction out there. Peaky Blinders, as well as Lies of Locke Lamora, does not have this. They are not, like both Scott Lynch and the authors of Peaky, they do not really linger. They do not obsess about tropes. They spend most of their time actually writing a compelling story. They spend most of their time writing compelling conflict, compelling narrative, and I love this. And also another thing is, Scott Lynch is one of the most brilliant writers to have ever lived. And if he's brought as a consultant, he can make the transition from book to movie so much smoother. Like, he can make it 1,000,000 times better. He can make it 1,000,000 times smoother. So Stephen Knight, you'll have an easy time. Okay, you'll have a very, very easy time. So that is actually one of the main reasons. I can go on actually list another 5 reasons, but they are very general and they can be applied to literally a lot of books out there. But about Lies of Locke Lamora, about Gentleman Bastards, about this beautiful trilogy, these reasons, the reality that the protagonist is not fucked over, the reality that it is finished, and also the main trilogy is finished, and also the story does not linger on tropes like a lot of other stories out there. These 3 reasons are actually at the heart. Also Scott Lynch, bringing him as a consultant, I suppose it's 4 reasons now. These are really the beautiful reasons and the main reasons that are very specific to this trilogy of stories and books. And I think Stephen Knight is the perfect candidate to adapt this particular story. I hope Stephen Knight can listen to my very, 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 very genius, very smart, unquestionable 1 million brain cell answer. Oh, wait a minute. 1 million is not good, dude. I have like 86 billion on average. I hope that I have 86 billion. I'm the dumbest guy I know. Anyway, please, Stephen Knight. Dude, in here I wrote Stephen King, whatever. Consider this Lies of Locke Lamora. Consider it as a replacement for Thomas Shelby, please. And if you're a fan, hey, add more reasons in the comments below. Add more in the comments below. Do not sleep on this one. We have a chance right now to convince Stephen King, Stephen Knight, to actually bring this one to life, right? So if you're a fan, add more reasons in the comments below. I hope that you enjoyed. Have a nice day. Bye.